Welcome back to 30 at 6, Cecil County, the world, and specifically the United States of America. It's time to stand up and be counted. And we have a fellow here, Tom Kenny, who's going to help us out. Tom, welcome.
Thank you. Thank
You're
you for having
from
me.
the Census Department.
The 2020 Census, I am a recruiting assistant for Cecil County. It's my job to drive people to the website, 2020census.gov, get them to sign up for the 2020 Census. Most of the positions we're hiring are called enumerators, sometimes called census takers. The job pays $19 an hour, 58 cents a mile. You get paid every week. You work around where you live, and you tell them how many hours a week you want to work.
Wow. So the enumerators or census takers get $19 an hour.
$19 an hour.
Starting roughly.
This April 1st is Census Day. The largest project we're going to be involved in will be the non-response follow-up, which will start a couple of weeks after that.
Okay.
And run through September of 2020.
And we were talking earlier, Tom, you said that this endeavor is the largest peacetime undertaking in the country.
For the government, yes. They expect to hire over 500,000 people nationwide for this project.
Wow. That's a lot of enumerators.
It's a lot of people.
So these census takers, they get 58 cents a mile, $19 an hour, and they work how many hours a week?
As many as they like.
So they set their own schedule.
They set their own schedule. It's not a bad deal.
Well, certainly there's an amount of training involved.
Yes, there's a paid training period. They tell me it's going to be 10 days, but they haven't come out with a schedule yet. Hopefully they'll do that soon.
So step number one for somebody interested in becoming a census taker is to go to 2020census.gov.
Correct.
Gov.
Correct.
And then they will be directed how to apply or who to
Correct.
contact.
Yes. Now, it's a pretty straightforward application. There is an additional section if you wanted to be considered for a supervisory position. So a couple extra questions. You don't have to do it, but if you do it, it increases your chances of getting a position. Can't be that hard. I took it, and they took me. So, but the application is available in Spanish as well as English.
Muy bien.
However, if you take it in Spanish, you need to pass an English proficiency test at the end of the process.
Right. And that may be important because I know in Cecil County we have some migrant workers that may or may not really want to stand up and be counted.
Correct.
For various reasons.
Right.
So that Spanish speaking might be really helpful for somebody.
And we have literature in Spanish as well. One thing that I should point out is this time around there is no personal information contained in the census. It's 8 questions. Your name, your birthday, your gender, your nationality, and a couple of questions about how you're related to other people in the house.
So that's significant because some people were leery of having their personal information out there last time.
Yes, they were. And as a result of, in response to those worries, the government passed a law called Title 13, which states the census cannot share information with any other agency. So if there were personal information on there, it would be safe, but there is none, and so that should speed up the process rapidly.
That's awesome.
Yeah. One other thing before I forget, this time it's a little different. There are 3 ways to respond: online, by phone, or on paper. So March 15, the online goes live, so people can start filling out their census on March 15th.
So you will get an email, or you contact the census to do it online.
There'll be notices put up, and you'll be a way to contact. You need to go to the website and get a personal ID number that you would use to self-report, as they call it, your information.
Okay,
So.
and that'll be taken into effect. And the whole thing starts prior to Census Day with people going out and checking, like, if there was an abandoned house that was in the census last time, they checked that ahead of time, right?
Yes, they did. They spent several months mapping, checking the old maps and creating new ones. Some streets were added, some were omitted, but it should be a much cleaner product this time than the last time. I did work on the 2010 census, And this time around, there's a lot more use of satellite technology, so that the map should be much more accurate.
Good. Well, it's important for everyone to stand up and be counted, right?
Correct, absolutely.
There's money involved.
There's lots of money involved.
Yes.
Yes. For Cecil County last time had a 30% non-response rate. For each person who doesn't respond to the census, it costs the county $1,825 per person per year in lost federal subsidies.
Oh, so that's how that works.
Yeah. But in addition to that, the numbers the census generates are used to determine representation in Congress, representation at the State House, planning for highways, and schools, and hospitals. Businesses use the statistics to determine if they want to come to Cecil County and start a business.
Right.
So that's why we need the most accurate information we can get.
Well, I'm sure that people will furnish that information, especially if we get some workers out there to go out there and collect it.
Absolutely. Yeah. Looking forward to people going to 2020census.gov and sign up and help yourself earn a good wage and help your community by helping the census get counted correctly.
Sounds like a plan, Tom.
Thank you much. Pleasure.